Okay, guys. I didn't do a video for the last couple days because my microphone. I was walking away from it, and my microphone wasn't picking up my voice. So now, supposedly, I'm running a microphone that I got from Amazon for like $15. It was like a 2-pack, and hopefully, we won't run into any snags with me walking away at the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and get the lights on, and then we'll go through a bunch of stuff. I'm going to walk through the store, talk about a couple things, and then we do have some stuff that needs to be packed up. We got 2 hours before the store opens. It's a Saturday, and I'm the one that's doing all the packing now because I have another one of my employees that's here during the week doing our high bid auctions. So let me go ahead and show you guys in here. This room did get cleared out. This was a pretty big mess the last time we had the fire marshals in a little bit ago, and they had said that they had some concerns with some of the areas. We addressed it, so now we can kind of move forward with not having to worry about that. So what I'll do is I will walk through a couple things here. We still got tons of air conditioners, dehumidifiers, fans. I think we sold one of these yesterday. Retail $100. We sold it for 45 with the sale. These guys all right here. I'm hoping that some of these will move today. We did sell some vanities. I got a couple of vanities on auction. We got these guys going on the next auction. And I'm just gonna start auctioning stuff off. I'm not gonna wait until a customer walks into the store and sees value in our items. We're gonna just let it go. And we have a whole store full of inventory. So I woke up this morning kind of thinking like, what do we do at this point that, cash is really rough. I believe that there's it's like a deposit that's going to happen today. And then our bank should be at about $30,000. And keep in mind, guys, I think we only have like 4 more selling days of the month because we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So technically we have Saturday, Sunday. Actually we have 3 days left. We have Saturday and Sunday, and then last day of the month comes. Hopefully we have enough to get us through the first bump and payments, because we have a lot of money that's due first of the month, including rent. All right, so you'll see that this area here is cleared out. I'll show you what was over there. This tent came in. This is actually a tent that you put in the back of a SUV. So this set was a display, and it's a gazebo with power, 14 by 10. I got this thing for $8.99. We did check it. Everything's there. It was a display, and basically what they did is they took it down, and what's nice about whoever buys this is all the brackets are installed on it. So that's going to save them some time. There was a little bit of damage on it, but it's only on one of the posts. All right, so cereal went down to $3 now. We're not making people buy 4 to get the $3 price. It looks like we sold a bistro set. We got 1 table left. I'm very wondering why this stuff's still here. We got this at half retail. It's assembled. So something like this, $2.99, 5-piece. This is the last one of these sets that we got left. This pile's gotten lower. We did get some more inventory checked in. Still got grills. This guy is going to go on high bid. He's got a dent on it. Somebody was asking about it yesterday, and instead of me selling it to him for $50, I said, hey, it's going to be on auction. Why don't you go on there and take a look at it, bid on it, might get it cheaper. We dropped the price on these things. 2 of them sold. So I think that the price point on everything, if we can just like one by one move things down in price, I think it'll sell. Cabinets, this guy came in and bought 10 cabinets from me and this 86-inch TV. He paid about $1,700 for what you see there. And the way I look at this is the guy basically got all these cabinets for free. When it comes down to it, I mean, yeah, the retail on that's $1,000, but it's an 86-inch TV. So I would look at it like, he got a really good deal. We had some movement on all the shoes being moved over the week. We did have 3 issues since they moved everything with items not as they should be and sold. So what that means is when they're transferring everything over, a lot of the things I wanted them to do, including check the item on the listing, it wasn't done. So we sold 3 items that didn't match the description. I had to cancel. Right now we have 9 cancellations during our period where they grade you for your rated status, and we were in top seller. Now we're just in above standard or whatever it is, and the next time that they're going to review it is on the 20th of August. So we do have some time to get a lot of sales, get that average up, and get us back to the safe zone where we're not going to get close to paying a penalty for having a lot of mistakes. These shelves got cleared off. This shelf got cleared off. What I'm trying to do is have them go through all these boxes and kind of clean everything up a little bit so everything's just in boxes, because I don't like stacks of stuff on any shelf. And for the most part, it's looking good. They don't think they got this far right here, but like, see that pile right there? That needs to be in a box. And then I think this whole shelf right here looks to be a little bit okay. This is ornaments right here. So it looks pretty good. This area here where all the clothes are put up on racks for eBay is dwindling down. And then at some point we're gonna pull that down, put some more shelves up, and get more vertical space. Vertical space is your friend, guys. If you're doing eBay, I mean, this is a pretty good setup here. We don't really have any issues with finding stuff unless they list it and make a mistake. Here's backlog right here. So we got 3 pallets of backlog. And then here's my shipping area. It is a pretty big mess. I don't know why this garbage can keeps on not getting emptied. I'm gonna have to say something. So what I'm gonna do is get my phone set up on a gimbal. And then we're slowly trying to get everything kind of figured out. I'll put this over here. Oh, it's following me. Okay, so hopefully that's good. Let me just see here. Just get that adjusted. Okay, so how about something like that? Okay, so that's far enough where you're gonna be able to see everything. Hopefully my microphone picks up everything. I'm gonna go ahead and log in here, and then we're gonna get to pulling orders. Since I'm doing my video on my phone, I can't check information while I'm talking. So a lot of the information that I give you guys is based on some of my memory. Okay, so we have 13 orders to be shipped, $269.57 gross before shipping. Everything here looks like it's going to be, the biggest thing I got is shoes. There's 2 pairs of shoes, sandals, and the rest is clothing. So we should be under like 3 pounds with everything. So first we're going to start off with these guys here. And I'm getting on these, I'm getting, well, this one I got $25.19. I'm not sure if they got a coupon that they used. But normally I think I get $26.79. So what I do is I put paper in here just to keep it from moving. I tape this guy down. I had one time that I sold a pair of Adidas, and this guy insulted me because I taped the box. Now, mind you, I get it. You know, you want to have a nice box for your display, but you didn't tell me before I shipped it that you don't want tape on the box. Now I get it. That's something that's really odd request. But if he would have asked me not to make, if he would have asked me to make sure that it was in good condition, and you know, he's collecting it, I would have took more care. I have a feeling that the guy was either a collector or he was a reseller, because my items are really cheap. A lot of people could, in reality, put this stuff on a different platform and actually make money on me. And I do catch a couple people once in a while making a lot of orders, and that's what they're doing. They're listing it, cross posting it on other platforms that I'm not on. It's fine, but don't. First of all, I need to agree to that first, and nobody really asked me. And if they talk like they're gonna resell my product, I normally block them, just because I don't want to deal with shipping times with what they promised and shipping times with what eBay shows. So I don't like dealing with it, because every time that I've had a reseller buy from me, and I caught them, it's because basically what happened was the package didn't arrive in the time that he specified, and they dispute it. One package got lost during that whole debacle with the post office. The lower east of the country was having issues, so I don't do it anymore. So this is 4.7 ounces. I do burn a lot of tape doing it the way I just showed you guys on shoes. The reason why I do as much tape as I do is because I want these packages to glide through the system. Okay, so this guy is North Carolina, $12.36. He's gonna be making me pay to get his item to him. There's nothing I can do to get cheaper, so order value with tax is $26.95. He basically just took half that, just in shipping. And then I can go in and actually tell you guys what I netted on that sale. So let me just get this label on here. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this over here. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna go into my package list. That's how I look. I look and see what I netted. I guess what you can do is you can do orders too. So here, let's just do that. So selling, go back into that, change it to paid and shipped. All right, so just waiting for this. Okay, so we got these shoes. I click on the order, it tells me everything, and I netted $9.01 on that order. I can tell you right now that that's like cost. So basically on these shoes, I'm getting cost back. I can't help it because that's the buy box. The buy box is the price that things sell at. So basically at this point, I'm just recouping cost and I'm not profiting. All right, R1A. So that's going to be under the clothes rack. We got women's medium joggers. I'll be right back. This is why I do not like the clothes on the rack, because there's so many over there. It takes a little bit to find what you're looking for. All right, so we got some Puma workout sweatpants. I'm gonna pull up the item. This is the item, medium. It says new with tags. Okay, so they did that right. Do a quick verification, visual. All right, so I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna roll it. Roll it up. I got this Mylar here. I think it's like a 9x12. Okay, so what I do with these clothes is I take one piece and put it around this side to get a nice straight line, or as straight as I can. I don't like the stuff sitting around, hanging out to be caught on something. So this is where I overdo it. I just put them on these corners here. This is overkill, guys. I know. If you want to blast me in the comments, that's fine. I go through about a roll of tape a day. And then with the tape, I get a lot of tape that's junk just because I go off a price. And I know that other people use like 3-inch tape and they pay up for it. They pay like, over $1.50 a roll. I don't see how that's necessary because mainly we're just shipping on Mylars most of the time. And it basically just kind of stops it from ripping, getting snagged and ripped. Okay, so with this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my red marker and I'm just going to put a note on here: do not open with sharp object. The way I look at this is when somebody gets this, if they don't understand that there's clothing in here, it's not going to be on me, because I did have it one time where somebody, without that warning, somebody opened it and sliced their clothes, and they told me that that's how I shipped it, and I'm like, no, that's not how I shipped it. And I don't understand how, when you get something that feels soft, why you would assume that it's okay to throw a sharp object to open that thing. And it was a jacket, so I don't get it. So size 18 boys, R2A. Okay, so 29 wide shorts. Okay, this is kind of confusing because it says 18 on it, but it also says 29W. I don't see a 29W. Slim fit. Yep, I mean, this is it. So this would be like one of those questionable things. This is going to go out, and right away I'm already questioning if it's the right item. But luckily over there, this was where it was supposed to be. So I'm really hoping that that W does not, that W was a wide, like, waist. And that's what I would assume. I would assume that this item is properly listed. All right, so I'm getting the ends, and then I'm just making it so nothing's loose. So weigh that 10 ounces, so it's gonna be 12 ounces. I got a 2-ounce variance on my scale. So 11.72. Okay, so $5.51 to ship that. 16.12 was the order value. This really should be on my sales floor with a $10 bill on it, because right now it looks like I'm getting under $10 for it. So what that looks like is paying somebody to go through the things, pull everything, and put it on the sales floor with tags on it. All right, so let me know, guys, in the comments. Should I pull these? Am I giving stuff away? Am I losing money? My thought process is, well, if it's moving, it's gone. I don't have to wait for that sale. So is it worth it? Here, let's just go back and see what the net is. So tell me if this is worth it. You can put in the comments if you want. Is it worth taking an item? Oh, we got internet problems here. Get it. All right, so we got internet problems. Sorry. All right, so is it worth? I can't even get to it. I'm clicking, nothing's happening. It's not even spinning. Interesting. Okay, so we'll move on. But the question is it worth it selling it for like $1 or $2 less than what you would get for it to be gone? So we got Q9 size 14. Q9, I know that over here, this is Q9. I'm still looking through this bin. The same item got put in here, different sizes, and I just don't understand it, because I ask for that not to be the case, because what it does is then I gotta look at every one of them individually and say, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? It's very anti-productive. So in this case, here's a 14. All right, so this is a bathing suit. It's got these cups in here. What I do is I fold them to the contouring, and then I'm gonna kind of just roll this up and just kind of follow the contour. And then this is gonna go in a Mylar. Yeah, it's interesting, because as much as you can say, hey, let's make this a little bit easy to get, and then all that means is just, when you're listing this stuff, have a couple boxes with different spots where everything goes, and then if you find the same item that's a different size, throw it in a different item location. Item locations, we have plenty of them. Item locations, when things are the same size, it just adds on to the retrieval process. Should I be getting stickers for that, and so I don't have to keep writing it? Because it's kind of like a lot of words you got to write down. All right, so 11 ounces. 9, 6, 4. You know, it's gonna be interesting that I'm talking multitasking while I do this. Am I gonna make mistakes? I don't know. But at least I know it's on me. You know, if something wrong gets shipped, if there's no issue with the listing, then I know that I was the problem, and I don't have to manage anybody or micromanage anybody or coach anybody on how to do the process better. So I ship things because I want to make sure that I know what's going out, and I know that mistakes aren't being made, because we've had some instances where mistakes were made. All right, so V2 2X large. V2 is over here. Here's another scenario where we got the same item, all different sizes, in one bin. I don't get it. And I'm not going to pay somebody to undo what they did when they didn't listen the first time. I don't understand how this is just something that, see, the problem is no one's going through the pain like we are that's packing, because actually Kathy helps me paint pack too. No one's going through the pain, so they don't understand by them not listening to my request over and over again. They don't understand what kind of repercussions that has for the business when every item that you pick up from the location, you have to take seconds, sometimes minutes, to make sure that you have the item correctly, when all you had to do was take the size difference and just move it to a different spot and make it so when I walk over to that bin or that shelf or whatever, first of all, the items visually available. You know, if you walk up to a shelf and you can clearly see your item out of everything, that's ideal scenario. All right, look at this. Loops down the finger. Well, some would say, well, if you didn't put so much tape on it, you wouldn't be running into that problem. Well, this is the way that I like to do it. Everybody has their own way in life. I got this for the packing. Okay, so this is pretty light. 11 ounces. We don't really have a lot today, so I'm just gonna take a look, because I can literally, I can probably finish this up within the next like 20 minutes if I get going. Let's get that. All right, so we got 8 more items. I think something just sold, because I heard something ding. All right, so we got 04 2X large. 04 over here. All right, so 04 2 extra large. Bam, right there. See? Walked right over to the shelf, saw the item, grabbed it, good to go. So this guy, we got 22.28 gross. I would assume that this is going to be another 11 ounce, which is going to be like $5 depending on where it's going. This was not a bad sale, because if I would have had this on the sales floor, I would not have gotten as much as I did for it on eBay. Our clothes on our sales floor are basically something like this would have been $5. So technically, if I was a reseller, on eBay, I would be shopping here, buying something for $5 and more, and at least doubling my money. I would be at least doubling my money. That's not a good scenario. You want to at least 3 times for healthy margins. You want to 3 times your money. I mean, we don't 3 times our money here, but if I was a reseller just solely doing eBay, and I'm like retail arbitraging, and what that means is when you go into like a TJ Maxx or a Ross, and you find items that are going for a lot more, I would be focusing on finding something that's on super clearance, a couple bucks a piece. I'd probably try to be in my item at like $3 at the most, from what I know in this industry. If you're paying $3 for clothing a piece, that's a high side. A lot of times you can catch clothing for $1 or under $1. That was kind of like last year's pricing. I still see it once in a while, but it's high quantities of one item. All right, so 2 extra large, D0. This is an interesting one. So hopefully for this one, I won't have to go dig it. Yep, here it is. Okay. Sorry about that. So this is a shirt that I actually have multiple colors of, and I have a whole box like this tall that it came in, thousands of these. I'm not really making that much money on them, but I have thousands of them. So what's nice about this guy is you can literally grab this little padded envelope, and this will stuff in there. Takes a little bit finagling to get it in there. But what's nice about these is they're quick ships. So 9 ounces. So the 9 ounces, 9, 7, 4. 1171 order value, 583 shipping. This would be a nice one to look and see what I'm making on them. I really don't care on this one, but it'd be nice to see. I apologize for the coughing or clearing my throat. Okay, here it is again. It's not. I don't understand. I can't get into my order. I'll hit it again, just see if it. This one, we don't need to put that on there. Order earnings $2.99. Would you guys take that time that I just took to make $2.99, even if you had thousands of them? What do you think? Okay, so R2A size large. It's a print shirt. R2A large. Yeah, this is it's a frustrating part of this. I'm trying, guys. Sorry. struggles, disasters, right? Deals and disasters. I wouldn't have named it that if I wasn't for real. All right, so size large. This is the shirt. Just gonna fold that up a little bit. And put it in my little Mylar. This one I will need to write on it. To me, this is easy shipping. You just grab the item, stick it in a bag, slap your label on it, and move on. Now, when you have items that are needed to be packed, shoes are easy sell. The only thing I don't like about shoes is a lot of people buy shoes just based on price, and they don't really know which ones fit them. That's 9 ounces. They don't know which ones fit them properly with branding because all the brands are different. And what happens is they think that we're Amazon on eBay. So they'll order the shoes. They won't read in my thing that I don't accept returns for this reason, because I'm not going to pay somebody shipping to decide if it fits them or not. If they can't fit into any shoes and not have a problem with it, they really need to be shopping in the store where they can just go and try the shoes on, find the brand, and then stick with it, right? So if you know that Skechers work shoes, you know, slip-ons or whatever fit you properly, why wouldn't you just stay with that? And just to tell you how I do my shopping, when I buy shoes, I find the style that I like, and it's always for a reason. And then I look for pricing, yeah, but then I also look at the brand, and then I go from my past experience. So my past experience is, you know, if I like really archy shoes, I find out the shoes that have the best arch. So Hoka's, you know, Hoka's are good. So I wear Hoka's, and then I wear sandals during the summer. All right, so H31 4 to 5. H31 4 to 5. All right, so this is it's a jean jacket. I'm in H31. Here it is. That one wasn't bad because it's jean material, and everything else that was in the area was not jean material except for one pair of jeans. So to me, this was an easy find. Okay, so this guy, $17.08. And it's going to New Jersey. So hopefully I can get the weight to a level where I'm a couple bucks, you know, like $5 or $6 to ship. But we'll see. All right, so we got 14 ounces, so under a pound. I really don't like writing this down there, but I just, somebody ruined it for me, guys, so now I got to do it. I'm one of those types that if something happens, I got to find a solution for it so it doesn't happen again. All right, so we got 551. I'm happy with that. I'm making right about what I would sell this on the sales floor, and it's the items on my life, so that's good. All right, so we got 4 items left. All right, so R2A, size small. You guys hear that beeping? Those are lights that when we moved in, the batteries for the lights, they're dying. So they beep to let you know to change the batteries. Now the issue is that I have is when I moved in, every one of the lights were doing that. The emergency lights, they all work. It's just the backup. It's triggering. Okay, so I forgot what this was because I lost my train of thought. So we got mix and match sweats, small, boss. Okay, so boss. Here's a situation where there's tons of jogging pants over here, and I don't see them. All right, so I'm looking, I'm not seeing. I give up. All right, so that's gonna be one where I gotta go back to it because it's not where it needs to be. I just don't understand why I can't just get up and go when it comes to these orders. Walk over, grab it, and just move on. All right, W3. All right, let's go for a walk. W3. Okay, so we got K12, W3. All right. K12, W3. Right here. Nice. Got that. Okay, hopefully the mic's still going. I don't know what happened here. I got like some kind of gimbal issue where it's like not moving. All right, so we're gonna set this guy back down here. Something like that. All right, so this guy, yep, K12, just needs a little bit of paper. And I do that to keep the item from moving. Very small box. Will it fit in this one? Look at that. All right. So now we got like a gap. So that means that this was not the right mylar. Now we got to do a bigger mylar. So now we're gonna have extra. We're gonna have extra material. So you know what that means. We got some tape coming, some tape action coming. Man, look at how messy this is in the beginning. You got all these extra pieces of material that you gotta finagle to get it to look pretty. Look at all that tape I'm using. man, I bet you it's either going to be, you know, kind of like pressure washing, you know, when you watch pressure washing videos, if you do, is this like a soothing thing where you just put a lot of tape on something and you're watching it and you're like, well, it's not my money going down the drain, so that's pretty cool. This guy wants to do this all he wants. Yeah, exactly. All right, so 14 ounces, so under a pound. Those are the shoes that I like to ship. So we got 11, 6, 5. $6.30 on a $18.95 order. I'm pretty sure if I put these out, I'd get more than $10 for them. But the problem is we have other shoes that are out there that are very similar, that are club brand, cheaper. So I'm selling those $7 each, or 2 for $10. So that's why those are not on the sales floor, because what I don't want to do is put them out and sell against something that I need to get rid of. All right, so we got candy here. Best Buy July, lot of 3. Okay, so 07. This is Mellow Cream. 07, 4.2 ounces, lot of 3. 07. All right, so we're gonna have to start wrapping up this video because my phone's gonna die soon. So this is what it is. It's Brock's Candy. This guy paid $16.22 for these. July. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with these is, first of all, I'm gonna hope that they get there without melting. But I'm gonna wrap these up in bubbles. And candy, guys, there's people that like seasonal candy, and it can be a really good sell. But you also can run into expiration issues, and then you can also run into weight, because candy, you know, remember, weight is against you. So I don't know if I like the fact that this is going to go into a Mylar. I think that what this should go into is a small box. So I don't know if I got a small box. Actually I do right here, but this might be too big of a box. Yeah, that's too big. So ideally what I would want is little boxes laying around that I can just grab. But I think I'm past that point. I think that we've already used all those little boxes. So now the next step would be to make a box. And I'm pretty good at that. So I'll show you. This, to me, this is too good of a box because it's thick, or cardboard. All right. What I need is a thinner piece of cardboard. And just by looking around, I don't see anything that's going to fit the bill. because the piece needs to be big enough where I can wrap around the whole thing. Because it's got to be able to protect it. And when you're making your own box, you got to make sure that you're not wasting your time like I'm doing now. All right, so maybe what we can do, guys, maybe we can take some of this foam and give it a little bit bigger layer. What do you think? Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to make it so it doesn't crush. And I would assume if I do this right and put enough layer on it, you know what's nice about this is it's insulator too, so maybe it might help with the heat. I know a lot of people that sell candy and use these things and think that it saves them. It really doesn't. It saves them from having to worry about melting and all that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this one go into the wild in a risky way. Risky would be that there's no cardboard protecting it, but it's got enough around it to, it's not going to crush, I don't think. So, or I'm hoping. Okay, so 1 pound exactly. All right, how about this? How about if we throw one of these little fragile stickers on it? There you go. Maybe that might help. I don't know. All right. Is this going to be a disaster? Maybe. $7.01 to ship this. Wow. If I dropped it off at FedEx, I can save 31 cents, but I'm not going to do that. Just going to throw a label on this thing and just think about it some other time. Now keep in mind with that candy, I think I'm in the candy at like 50 cents an item when I buy those bulk buys. So I might only be in this at $1.50 or something, plus my time. And then you know what that does is it keeps people coming back. All right, so W30 size 10 flip-flops. It says cream, but it looks like white. All right, we're gonna go in the other room. All right, so W10, or no, W30 size 10, W30. Okay, so W30. Okay. Aha. Look at that. Nice and neat. Look at that. Shoes out of the package all lined up. That to me would be ideal. If all my inventory looked that fresh on the shelf, like easy to grab. Okay. And you know what, this video is going to have to come to an end soon because we're at like 54 minutes. And I know that you guys don't want to watch me for that amount of time. I'm not going to go into numbers today on this video. This was more of, I have packing to do. I want to show you guys how I do that. I want to show you behind the scenes. And then that's really what I wanted to do here. Show you guys a little bit of unconventional way I pack my items. See if I get anybody that thinks that I'm an idiot, which I don't care. Remember, guys, my business is failing. Here 2 hours before the store opens, packing up packages because I don't trust that when my packages go out, 100% of the time there's going to be mistakes made, and I don't want to have to deal with coaching and all that. And I have nothing against people in general. I just have something against when mistakes happen. Why did it happen, and was it preventable? And basically what it boils down to is just not being distracted, not having any distractions around you. Not to say having other employees around you is not, it's distracting if you let it be. But the thing is like, just take it out of the equation, and then you don't have to worry about it, and then you don't have to talk about it. Then you don't have to get somebody in a position where they feel like they're not adequate enough because they're making mistakes, or it could be me making a mistake. I don't even know. But at least this way, I got no one else to blame but myself if the wrong item's picked. So that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody, because honestly, that's not the problem here. The problem here with why this business is failing, it's because not enough traffic, not enough orders on eBay. I mean, there's potential for eBay to be actually carrying this store if we really did it right, and I just can't unlock it, and I don't understand. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out, where the problems are and fix them one by one. And that's really what owning a business is about. It's about, especially this kind of business, it's about figuring out, is it something that can be changed based on behavior, or is somebody really just not paying attention to what they're doing on a nonstop basis? We did have to let somebody go about a week and a half ago, because they were just standing around and watching other people work. They were standing around and not being productive, and we have a lot of work to do. So to me, that's unacceptable. If you're gonna say that you're gonna work for somebody and you're not gonna work and you're just gonna stand there, you got a problem. And then the owner of the business has to make a decision. Is it fair to the other employees that this employee is getting paid what he's getting paid? Because mind you, we don't pay minimum wage here. Is it fair to the other employees to watch this employee not do work while they're busting their butts, and they care about the fact that we're not doing well, and they do everything that they can to work hard for the owners, a respect level, And I'm not going to go into too much details, but I will say that the person that was let go did say to me that I was the problem. My business is failing, even though when that person was helping us receive stuff, they were just standing around waiting for somebody to help them do their job, and then not understanding that the reason why this business is failing is because look at the inventory that's coming in. Is it being processed in time? Is it damaged? Did I overpay? Which most of the time the answer to all those is yes. So don't tell me that I'm the reason when I'm sitting here working 70, 80 hours a week, 7 days a week, and you're working 5, and you can be making a change to your behavior to help me, but you choose to tell me that I'm the problem. So that's what I'm going to leave this at, guys. Don't ever have an employee take away your capital and not appreciate it, because what happens is then the other employees start doing the same thing, and then next thing you know it, you got everybody running the show, and that is not what you want. All right, so we're gonna lock it up and or end the show. Thank you guys for watching. Comment in the screen if you see something you want to talk to me about. We are a real store. These are real problems. If you want to stop by and see it for yourself, contact me. I'll give you the information where we're at, and maybe you're a reseller thinking about going into retail. contact me, because I'll tell you what you should be not doing, and what, what, if I could do it all over again, um, or just see how things are. I don't know, maybe you need some inventory. I can get that too. We have access to a lot of inventory, and I'd be glad to help anybody so they don't have the same problem as I do with getting into a 31,000 square foot building, and on the verge of losing everything because it's not performing. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.